Episode of the Everblack Podcast is brought to you by Deathwish, Hotrods and Kustoms. Check out their Instagram for all their new t-shirts, caps, beanies, cups, and the all-new Atomic Death lineup. How's everything going?
Yeah, not too bad, thanks. We're just on our way back home or back to the studio, really, after 3 shows that we postponed due to COVID for about the 3rd time in December, and we finally got to play them over the last 3 days. So, yeah, it's been a nice few days.
That's awesome, man. That's awesome. I know you walk in, but are you able to switch the phone that way so I can see?
Oh, of course. Yeah.
Everything. There we go.
How do I? Hold on. There we go.
There you go. That's way better. Way better. This is cool.
Excellent.
This is we've spoken a few times over the years. This is the first time actually seeing you, and I feel like I'm going on holiday because you're taking me for a stroll through. Where are you? What's this?
Well, I'm actually at a service station. It's all quite gross, but there's like a nice green bit here, so I've just trying to get some fresh air after being in the van all morning.
Yeah. Smelly and all toury.
Yeah. Not too bad because it's only been 3 days, but nice to get some fresh air.
Absolutely. Well, dude, you're coming back down here to your second home, Australia. I'd say your second home, Australia, because I mean you've been here so many times. Might as well. You're an honorary Australian. Do you see that way yourself?
I was just saying to someone the other day that's certainly how it feels. Like, well, definitely for Rory, our guitarist. I mean, he lived there for quite a few years as a kid, so it always feels like that. But for all of us, I think we've always had such great support there. So many great memories. Built some great friendships. So it's always so good to get back.
We can't wait, dude. It's going to be awesome. It's been a long time coming. I think the last time was 2019. Was it Good Things?
Yeah, so that was our last shows before the pandemic. So Good Things has just been like this rose tinted, like wonderful, like memory that's just been repeating in my head over these last few years when we haven't been able to play shows. But it really it was some of my favorite shows, not just in Australia, but we've ever played. Like, I remember the vibe being just incredible. So we're really looking forward to getting back after those, especially.
Yeah, I was in the pit in Brisbane.
Excellent.
Raging. It was good. It was good, man. Brilliant. That was like one of my favorite sets of the day too. You always bring this energy.
It was mad.
Fun,
Yeah. Well, I think like all the stars aligned, really. It was an amazing day. Just the weather was incredible. I think we were playing like fairly early. It was like late afternoon anyway, so everyone still had energy. And the crowds were just nuts. Like the tents were just overflowing at every date. Just awesome.
Well, this one, you're bringing your mates Creeper out with our own Windwaker, who are just incredible. Like, it's going to be one of the best tours. We've been waiting a long time for this, bro. So,
Wickeds.
Have you hit the road with those boys before? Obviously not Windwaker, but Creeper.
No, we've I think we've been on a couple of festival bills together, but we've never played shows together. And obviously they're such a interesting band. Like, they're so theatrical and the music's so catchy. I'm really looking forward to seeing it live.
And Windwaker, I think you're going to absolutely love touring with those. I've got a lot of time for those boys. They're not only just a sick band, they're just really good dudes as well. Shout out to you guys. I don't know if they're going to watch this or not, but shout out to them because they're rad dudes. And I think you're all going to have a good time.
Yeah, man, we've heard such great things about the band. Like, everyone I've spoke to, all the interviews I've done and stuff so far, like, everyone's been like, yeah, Windwaker is sick. Like, yeah, so we're really looking forward to it.
Absolutely. Well, you're gearing up to release Nothing Is True and Everything Is Possible, and then it all shut down. I guess you'd feel like you've got unfinished business with that record still. Is that how you're feeling? Like you just now chance to?
Yeah, it's so strange, like playing, finally getting to play the music. Like, you know, we first got to play the tracks live from that album a year and a half after it was released. Like, so that was late last summer was the first time we got to play it, and it just feels weird because you don't fully know a song until you played it live. It doesn't find its final form until you like play it live, because, you know, 100%. There'll be little aspects of it that you just never understood or, like, you know, realized when you were recording it that really come to life. So yeah, it's been absolutely awesome. The few tours, well, only really one tour we've done where we played that album, so it still feels so fresh and so exciting for us, and just to be hearing like the crowd singing, you know, things like Dreamers Hotel, and last night, for instance, Modern Living. I was such a big sing along. It was just so much fun.
Oh man, that's awesome. You also recently released how do you pronounce it? Moratorium.
Oh, Moratorium.
Bad. Sorry. That's which, you know, broadcast from the Interruption, that it's got acoustic versions, and man, an incredible cover of Heroes, Bowies Heroes, that like had me full choked up when I heard.
Oh hell yeah,
dude! Oh,
awesome,
smashed it. Hey, how'd that one come?
Thank you so much. Well, that song in particular, I've been playing live when I did acoustic sets for years, actually, and I never got to do a proper recording of it. And yeah, we got to do it obviously with like a big string quartet and stuff. So it was really just beautiful to be involved with it, you know, the proper musicians and like write for strings and stuff and make it, you know, transform the song into something different. And like, for me, you know, Bowie is someone that I have so much, I garner so much inspiration from and have so much respect for, and to therefore like make that song into something hopefully that people connect with, and, you know, give it a slightly different flavor. Yeah, it was great. Yeah, and that whole album is yeah, as you say, it's just a collection of stuff we did during lockdown, acoustic things, and it's just a part of us that I think we don't sort of celebrate as much, you know, like the more sort of stripped back stuff, like we love doing, and like I think we put quite a lot of effort into those types of things. It's not just like, oh, let's play a song with some chords, and it's like, you know, just your average stripped back version. We like to sort of, you know, bring the songs into a new space and convey like maybe a slightly different emotion, and yeah, so it's always fun to do. Yeah, so it's just a nice collection of the stuff we did over lockdown.
Yeah, I love it. I think it's awesome. It was so, you know, all the interpretations and stuff. Yeah, it's really cool. And you're recording at the moment too, right? Or you have been?
Yes. Yeah, we've been down on the south coast in England. We found this kind of like old farmhouse. There's like, I mean, this is probably normal for people in Australia, but there isn't a house within 2 miles of this house. So it's like proper in the middle of nowhere, which isn't, not that normal for the south of England. But yeah, so it's great. So we've just got complete like privacy, and just can obviously make as much noise as we want to. And it's completely off grid as well. So the studios run completely on solar power. So it's going to be a solar powered album, which we're really stoked with, because we made lots of leaps forward in our touring sort of scenario, you know, in terms of like cutting down our carbon emissions and stuff. But like the recording side, we never sort of realized, you know, how simple it could be to do, really. Like, you know, just by making our meals plant-based and using solar power as our energy, it's going to be, you know, dramatically reduce all that stuff. Yes, but it's going well. We've got we've been down there for a couple of months, and we're going back down now for a couple more months.
Awesome.
And hopefully we'll have a few tracks out this year.
Has it got a name yet?
Oh no. That's always bloody like last minute stressful. Oh my god, what are we gonna call it? Yeah, so we still don't have a name yet.
I do like that cooking video you put up though.
Oh, okay. Yeah,
that was really cool. I mean, you're all taking turns at cooking.
Yeah, that's it.
Cool.
Yeah, we've there's you know, like some studios in the past have been like so different experiences where you have like there's like an in-house like chef and like cooking your meals, and it's, you know, absolutely lovely. But this is like the complete opposite experience. You know, it's us like chopping wood to make the little wood burner fires, and then like making each other lunch, and like it's all just so wholesome. You know, like it's a very wholesome experience.
Here's an idea: is it all vegan based meals?
Yeah.
What if you guys put together a vegan cookbook to go with the album and call it Enter Shikari, like the mushroom?
I like it.
And then, you can inspire people to cook the meals you ate in the studio. That was a really terrible pun, and I apologize. But it was a purpose behind it, you know.
Yeah, no, I would love to do that. Like we're actually we all have a few like decent meals that we can cook that we've learned over the years. So I think that's a good idea.
There you go. Well, I mean, of course, you guys are such a fan interactive band, you know, and you seem to feed off that energy, and you always have. Over the last couple of years, trying to get creative, did you find that without that sort of energy that you had to channel it from somewhere else?
Yeah, well, no, basically I found that I couldn't. I had no, I was receiving no sort of inspiration. Yeah, it's been a weird, like 2 years really, like since we stopped playing shows. I don't know what it was, whether I felt the sort of lack of purpose, lack of human connection, you know, all these things. And I just found myself not being able to write. And, you know, for a person that has written music, you know, day and night for his whole adult life, really, it was a bit of a shock, and it was a bit scary, because I've never really suffered from writer's block or anything. Yeah. And so, and also just not having that outlet, you know, that creative outlet, that sense of catharsis, losing that was quite weird. So it was a bit of a shaky time. I mean, obviously, Christ, the pandemic was horrible for everyone. I'm not complaining. But yeah, I basically didn't write for almost 2 years. Now I did have my book that I was writing over 2020. So I did have like a sort of creative outlet in some sense, but yeah, no, it's a bit of a palate cleansing time, I suppose, just like not writing for ages. And now, since we started, you know, we did our first show at the end of summer here in the UK. We did the Download Festival pilot, and after that it was like, you know, getting your mojo back after a while. It's just like, oh, okay, like that. Yeah, I don't know what it is, the purpose, the connection, the just that energy. Yeah, the music started flowing again, and now we're like, you know, full on, got loads of tracks on the go, loads of ideas. So yeah, it's sick. That's
awesome. Well, tell us about this book. What's the book you're writing?
Yeah, no, so that's all done. So that's
out. Is it out now?
Yes. It's a beast. And so previously I've done like little collections of like just little mini essays about the lyrics, which has been fun. But yeah, this, because of the pandemic and because we're all forced to become recluses, the book I started writing, which was going to be another dissection of the lyrics of Nothing Is True and Everything Is Possible, our last album, it then blossomed into like a full-on like analysis of the direction that humanity is heading in, and like human potential and sociology and environmentalism. And it just blossomed into this massive thing. It's called A Treatise on Possibility. And yeah, it was a huge undertaking that I don't think I'll ever do again. A lot of research involved, but yeah, it's gone down really well. Like, people seem to be garnering a lot of information, a lot of intrigue, a lot of energy from it. So yeah.
Is there an audio book version of it?
No, I really want to do one, and like, a lot of people have been asking for one. But it's just like, now we're knee deep in the studio. I just don't think I've got time, unfortunately. But maybe one day.
There you go. Well, I mean, you're in the bus. I guess you could be like in your little thing, you know, you get a little.
yeah.
And go recording a chapter, dude. You know, but
yeah.
But obviously, I mean, you're back in action now, and you had that pause like many people. Where do you feel like the band's going to be heading now into the future? Does it seem like you've got a real clear path and goal heading into the next decade, I guess?
Well, I often think about this, like, you know, like, ambition is like such a weird thing for me, because I never know whether it's like, you know, a wholly positive or negative thing. Like, because I think a lot of bands can get like really caught up in like, oh, we've got to get bigger on this next album, we've got to play bigger venues, we've got to have like a bigger audience, we've got to reach more people, like, and it can just suck the life out of you. It's a very sort of, you know, fever driven, like, capitalistic kind of mindset, and it can be quite damaging for the mental health. So like, for us, I'm just happy to still be here, having this opportunity to like explore pitch and rhythm without sounding too grandiose, you know, like that's essentially like where I get my real buzz out of life, by like writing music, by like exploration. And if we're still able to do this, then I'm satisfied, I'm happy, I'm content. So that's really our only sort of general plan. It's just like to keep going, but like, you know, I never want to just be still or be in the same place. We're certainly ambitious in terms of like pushing ourselves in the music that we make, the live shows. But yeah, it's getting the right mix and not like destroying yourself. But yeah, the new music's interesting. Like, it's, you know, like most of our stuff is incredibly varied. There's all sorts of inspirations there. There's a lot of heavier stuff on this one, coming to the foreground. And there's a bit more concentration on like songs and songwriting. There's much there isn't really like a prog track, you know. Normally there's at least a couple of tracks on our albums that like go on for 6 minutes and they go off in about 10 directions, and they're quite self-indulgent, maybe, or some people would say anyway. But yeah, this is just like, I think it's going to be an album of bangers, man. Just like real bangers.
Awesome, man. Well, I can't wait to hear the album. Of course, see you guys in November. It's going to be such a kick. I keep thinking that the Predator's going to come out from the background.
Yeah.
Arnold's going to be like, yeah. But dude, thank you so much for joining us on the show again. It's always a pleasure to hang out with you. We'll have all the ticket links down here. Take care of yourself and be good.
Thank you so much, man. Cheers for having me.